little bit late. I'm actually trying to test out different times for the art, but we have got something different. I figured out something different tonight for the art because it's going to be really good. I figured out something really, really cool for the art. Let's just see what we can do for the art because it's going to be really neat. So we're going to take, well, YouTube is really acting up again. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's really, really acting up over here. It's not wanting to get into the groove. Okay, so tonight we are going to be doing, guess what? Guess what we're doing tonight? We are going to be taking a brush, a board, whatever it is, and we are going to try to make an insane piece of art out of, guess what? One line, everyone. I was thinking about this, and we are going to do a piece of art with just one line. So we got to come up with something so magnificent with one line. We can't do anything. We just have to do the one line. This is going to be good. This is going to be a good piece of art tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Let me adjust Facebook really quickly. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Okay, one line. We're going to have fun tonight. Let's just get Facebook set up here. Something's wrong with Facebook. It just keeps really acting up. So we're going to do, let's see. I have to type this in again for Facebook. Hold on. One line brush stroke. Okay, so we're doing this, and we're going to do the one line brush stroke, everyone. So when you're on, you're going to get your brush, and everyone should be able to follow along with this one line brush stroke. We are going to start out. I'm going to lift up my bottom board. I'm going to actually just go into my bottom board and pull out one of the old school bottom boards. Come on now. And one line. We got to come up with something so brilliant. So that we got to do the black hole color. Normally I use black for that, and then the confusion color is the color that we're doing the one liner on, which should be absolutely great. So I don't know, what should we do first? Should we do an album? Should we do a board? Should we do both? Because we've never done two pieces of art exactly at the same time. When more people come on YouTube, we might break it down to do two pieces of art at once. Did we ever do that? But to start out this night, let me warm my hands up because we got some art to do. We've got some work to do. We're going to take a one line stroke. So we're going to start out with one color. I think I am going to start out with, I was going to put all black on the board. What color do you think, everybody? Come on now. Help me out here. Help a sister out here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the black, and then we're going to incorporate this. Or I may just start out with this blue and do the one line stroke, some other color. This should be good. So no matter if you could never paint in your life, you're going to learn tonight how to paint. Today you should be actually an expert, because we had the one liners, remember, where we just took and we just did the lines, all the lines to make the beautiful art. Now it is down to a single line. One line, everybody. Now come on, if you do not know how to paint, we are going to the guts of one line. So we got to take, no matter if we do turns and swirls and curves with that one line, or what is going on with this Facebook? I don't know, something's happening on Facebook. It's really messing up. So it doesn't matter, everyone, if you take, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. We're messing, Facebook's messing up big time over there. I don't know what's happening. So it doesn't matter what you use. If you do not have a Q-tip, a paintbrush, anything like that, you can just use your finger for this one line, okay? So this is how easy this art is tonight. Anyone can follow along. If you don't got a paintbrush, use your finger. If you do not have paint, okay, and you want a piece of art, guess what you can use? And you're not going to believe this. You can actually use CashApp. So if you don't even have paint at this point in time, and you want to make a piece of art, and say you're just bottom down to like nothing, but you have like a newspaper. Okay, say you just have a newspaper, and you want to do art, and you don't know, you can put some ketchup in a little container. If you have a Q-tip, use a Q-tip and just dump it in. And if you don't have that, use your finger and run it all over the paper. And guess what? Ketchup can act like paint, everyone. See? Do you know how ketchup is hard to get? It's like ketchup stains. You ever have a ketchup stain on your shirt that you couldn't get off? Well, guess what? Ketchup reacts like that. So you can even use ketchup. So, but we're going to use this blue. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I have no idea. I can't just keep going. So we're going to use this beautiful, like, royally deep blue. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this, everyone. Look. Oh my goodness. So we're going to use this beautiful blue. Facebook, come on. Make a live video, go live. And we're going to use this. And just like I said, I think I'm going to swirl this all over. And this could be for the black hole color. And then we're going to come into that blue with, we're going to do glitter on it. We're going to stank it up. Because after all, we're using one line to do all of this art on this board. And then we'll go to something else, okay? So let's do this. Let's get this warmed up. Let's get this night warmed up. Let's get my hands warmed up, and let's get it going here, everyone. Because let's do our art, okay? Hi, everybody. I'm gonna have to shut Facebook down because Facebook's acting crazy. Okay, so now let's do it. We're gonna do the one line. So one line. I know you want it. I know you, 'cause you're a good girl. Right there you go. So now we're going to take this blue, and this is going to be, all right, I've had it with Facebook. I've literally had it. Nah, Facebook ain't working on here tonight. Facebook ain't doing too good on there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that blue. Let's see if we can get on another connection. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to do the three-way swivel here. We ain't swiveling no which way tonight. Let's see. Hurry up. So let's find out what we're going to do. So let's take this and let's see what we do. So we're going to use, I think let's just use a brush. Okay, let's use this brush. Okay, see there? Okay. So we're going to use this brush and we're going to dig in. What is the heck is going on with these videos and everything? I have no idea, everyone. Hold on a minute. I'm having connection problems over here. Okay. So we're taking this and we're going to use this. I don't know what's going on with that. We're going to use that and we're going to work this album with this. So we're going to sit this here. And we're going to work this. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. I got 3 devices going on at once. And for some reason, Facebook wasn't working all day. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'll take you down on YouTube. Let's do the art. Now we're going to do one line, and that's all. So whatever's coming out of this blue, look at this Instagram. So Instagram's over there. YouTube's right here. And I'm going to swirl around this album to get those noogies in, okay? So we can see all that noogie in there. And we're going to get this really good in here, to be honest with you. And then we're going to tap it out a little bit because we want to see some texture before we put in that one line. And that one line can go all over this album. It's going to have to, because this is all we got. Is like, we're going to just keep in mind, none of us know how to do art. So we're going to pop and lock all over the JD pop and lock. And we're going to cover this album. Okay, this very beautiful blue. This is going to be interesting because I think, and then what I'm doing is it's so pretty. Now, I'm going to show all of you before I, now do you see all the, oops, I didn't get it work like that, hold on. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so do you see all the noogies? To see the kind of, see that? Okay, that kind of tap I put in there. Now, guess what? Here's where the fun starts. And I don't even know, like, I'm just going to go like this. My finger went in there. So we're going to start here. Hold on a second, everyone. I got paint all over my fingers. Here's the white right here. And we're going to sit this somewhere on the board. Somewhere. One of these. What about a big one? We're just going to sit it right here. I'm going to take this one here. Okay. YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe. And, you know, I don't know how much we're going to need. We're just doing one line. And as a matter of fact, we're not going to even do it with any kind of brush, a fathead brush. We're going to go with the skinny brushes. We're going to do skinny mini, right? So now let's do this. YouTube on. Right, Nico. Because you acting up. Right, absolutely. Okay, so look at this. So here we go. We're taking our disc, like Nico says. And we're one line. Let's see what kind of art we can do at one line. So wherever your focal point is, you can do anything with that one line. Whatever you want to with that one line. But that's all you got. So even if you have to recharge your paint, you have to go back in to that one line. So here's how you're going to become an artiste, everyone. So we're over here, our line's over here. So we're recharging up, and guess what? So we're just going to go like this. You can make little turns, swerves. You can even tap in that one spot. But when you recalibrate your paint, you have to pick right up where you left off. And we'll see what happens. So you can press, you can turn, but you cannot veer away from that line that you created. You have to stay on that line. So I'm way up here now. I'm over here. So I'm taking and I'm going right into my line. My line is not stopping. I'm going to do some jagged edges in there. Okay. Now everybody is an artist, remember. And then we're going to push. We're going to push, but as long as we stay on it and not let up, then we're good. This is a one-line piece of art. One-liner. It's like, so we're just taking it and we're just jamming it. So now my line is over here. My line is stopped right here. Right here. Okay? So now I'm going to pick up right here where I stopped the line, and I'm going to owe it out. But this is just, now I'm going to take my one liner and I'm going to go like this and clang it up against the glass. Now, I stopped here. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to show you so far what we got with our one line art. Now keep in mind, here's where our line stopped. So we got to pick it right back up here. We're not done yet. We got to put stank up into this. So far we've got this. Just off of one line. One line. Okay? So if you wanted to make art for your room, your whatever, or even to give to someone, look at this. You can get all these easels. A Dollar Tree has easels now. And look at that. We're not even done with this. But look how pretty that looks on an easel. Look at that. Thank you. Hi, Reba. Look, hi, honey. Look how pretty that is. One line. Now let's find our line. And when you do the one line, you don't need a lot of paint, because you want to be able to pick it up, look at it, see what you want to do with it, right? So we left off here. So we're doing one line. You can even incorporate other colors into your one line. So we're going to go with, what color else do you think? I think we should go with maybe black. So we're going to put a little bit of black. So here's where the one line ended. So now guess what? Our line continues. And we're just going to, like, you know, just pick it up, and we're going to swirl this black through. And then we're going to jigger knot it through, because look at that, to marinate it in with those other lines. Now keep in mind, here's how you're going to be an artist, because now you're taking that one line, but you're doing all kind of stuff. You're getting real creative. Now you're jamming it in, and you're moving it around, and you're making some art happen, right? So now you really got control of what you're doing. And now our line stopped up here, because now we got to get more paint. And let's look at what we've done so far. Now we incorporated some black, but oh, guess what? I want to go back down here, because I want to put a little bit of gray. So we stopped our line up here. Remember, we're going and following our line. So I'm going to squeamish a line down in here, and I'm going to twirl it around the whole of the album. So we have a line now that stops here. Okay? So I think what I'm going to do is, since we have a line that stops there, we're going to pick that line up and we're going to rock it back and forth, and we're going to go like this with some red paint. So we're picking up our line, and with our line we're really adding some pizzazz to it, because you know, as long as you follow your line and you don't break from that, you're an artist. Now look, we're right here now with our line. Let's see what we got with one line. Can you imagine, we just done a piece of art with one line. One line. So let's just move it around the easel, because I didn't put much paint on it. So we've got it here. We can move it around. I can hold it up. Look at that, one line, and you have a unique piece of art. And it doesn't matter what color you use. It doesn't matter what you do. It'll take your breath away, and it's like you just do one line. So that, believe it or not, is actually one line, and we didn't break from it. We just added to that one line. And this is our one line masterpiece. How do you like that, everyone? So you tell me that you're not an artist. Everyone is an artist. Everyone's got it in them. This is one line. And so we're going to go on and we're going to do the one line method. Okay. So now we're going to go on and look at this, our one line masterpiece. Isn't that beautiful? That is actually one line, everyone. Absolutely one line. And you can give this away as gifts. Look at this. You sit this on your table and in your home, and you got your own masterpiece off of one line. See that? Now, I'm going to put this down and we're going to go and do a board. And let's do a board with the exact same, let's flow it out and see where this goes. All right. Let's do an album. Did we do, no, we're going to do a board. I'm sorry. So we're going to ease the board up and I'm going to put some stank up in. This is going to be different because we're going to do that one line method right on the board. And since YouTube is not, I'm just going to take you YouTube right there. Okay, so we're going to take this one line method. And I'm just getting my happy foot on it. All right. So we got that beautiful piece of art out of that one line. And I'm actually going to switch the bottom boards. I'm going to go with like this cardboard. Okay. And you're probably like, Tina, what does it matter? It actually doesn't. But I just like to move things around. Okay, so we're going to use this vibrant blue. I'm going to see what we got in here. Because remember, my neighbor gave me all these colors that are really, really nice. Let's see what we got in here that we can actually use. Okay, so we got this kind of color like this. Do we ever use this prismatic violet? Let's try this for something different. We never tried this. And remember, these colors are very expensive, very rich, very vibrant. So you don't need a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, and as a matter of fact, those colors are so rich. I have a hard time getting them off my brush when I wash my brush. That's how intense they are. So we're going to take this, we're going to leave this in the center, and we're going to go around like this, and we're just going to blend that in because we're not going to waste paint, and we're not going to, waste the paint on the brush. And we'll get that lovely purple, like a prune color. Beautiful, beautiful prune color. But as you see, we are not wasting paint, and you see that blue mixed in there, right? So this is really going to make some type of chic, euphoric piece of art because we're not going to waste paint. But and as we're going up, I'm just going to drive some lines in here. Okay, can you see me do that, YouTube? Okay. So, I'm going to drive some lines in here. Now, we still have paint in there, but guess what? We're going to put that off to the side, and we are going to put the white down, and we're going to pick a different brush. Let's find out what brush we're going to do. I mean, heck, it could be this half pint with a little nogi on the end. So let's see what we come up with. Now, this is one line, everyone. We're not, the only time, now, I'm going to start my one line here on the corner. And with your one line, as long as you stay on that, You can do any kind of movement with your art. Now look at this. Look how fluent you move around. Now, I stopped my line there. Remember that. So we're going to pick it back up there and go back down. And we're going to jigger knot it. Okay. Oops, as long as we stay with that one line. Now I stopped the line there. And I'm going to pick it back up right where I stopped. And then I'm just going to go like this. This is going to be really euphoric. I mean, so we stopped the line down here. Because remember, wherever we stop the line, we got to pick it back up. And I don't know what this is going to look like, but as long as you stay with your flow and your line, you can do all kind of twirls and turns or whatever you want to. But you must, it has to be just one line. So we left off our line right there. So guess what? We got to pick up right there. And I'm just going to just whimsical, just daydreaming around in circles. I'm going to do these tight circles and see what we get. I stop my line here. Now I stopped my line there, but I'm going to pick this up. I know where I stopped my line, and we're going to look at this to see where we got to go with this, because we're not nowhere near done. So far we've done this kind of whimsical, just unique piece. But we're not done yet. No, by all means, we are not done yet. We still got to put stank up in this. Do you remember where we stopped off our line? Can anyone tell me in the comments where I stopped the line at? If you do, you are really good, because guess what? Even I forget. So I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to actually put some black in it. I think I actually stopped my line there. I'm going to pick up other colors as I go along. And as long as we stay on the same path with this one line, we'll be fine. So I stopped it here. So now this one line, we can rock it back and forth and marinate the colors. We can make different designs in it. As long, you can do whatever you want to. But I'm here to tell you, it's just one line. Okay? Just, we're doing this art from one line. So now my line stops here. I'm going to pick my brush up. I'm going to start from my line here, and I'm just going to jam it. As long as I stay keeping my one line rhythmic, I'll be fine. So whatever you do, keep on your one line method. My line stopped here. We're going to check this art and see what we're working with. And see if we want to add anything, whatever. Let's see what we got here. One line. We've done this with one line, everyone. One line. Abstract one line. That's all you do. One line. Don't think about it. You just get your one line and you stick with one line. And when you have to pick up the paint, that is when you pick up the paint at the break point of the line. And look at that. You just made a beautiful piece of art with one line. Absolutely one line. See that? Absolutely incredible. Everybody's an artist. Incredible. I'm sorry, YouTube. Let me. So we got, let's see it different ways, YouTube. Come on now. So YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe. Let's see it landscape way. Now let's see it the other way. Ooh, the other way is very dramatic. Wow. This is wild this way, isn't it? Look at that. Versus this way? Which way do you like it? Do you like it this way? This way? Or this way? Or even this way? That's something out of like a damn video game or something, right? That is cool. I don't know which way we like it. We like it. There's so many elements to it. One line, everyone. You saw me do this with one line. Isn't that incredible? So we actually done this with 2 pieces of art with just one line. Go figure. Okay, now we're going to take this. We're hitting grip here because we're going to take this album. Okay, and I'm not going to hold you up tonight too much on this Saturday night, okay? Because tomorrow's another day of me thinking we're going to use numbers tomorrow. Tomorrow when I do art, stay tuned, everybody, because we are going to take numbers, actual numbers, and we're going to write them down and see what kind of art we come up with picking one number. So if it's the number 3, we're going to art 3s all over. And see, then we're going to kind of take the brush through them and see if we see any type of, any kind of art come up out of it with just one number. It could be any number. And then the next one we can do a letter. And you will not believe when you do that, what kind of beautiful work of art that you can make. So YouTube, stick around. Facebook, Instagram, stick around. Hit the like, the subscribe, the follow, and listen, the journey is just beginning. Now, I'm going to take this album, and we got some paint left. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in with this with gray. And we're going to see something. I don't know if we're going to see anything, but I'm just saying, we're going to hit this with gray and whatever is on the brush, because we don't waste paint. This will be the last piece of art for the night, and I'm grateful for all of you coming on with me. Peace, love, and positivity, right? On the show. Thank you kindly, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and get our focal point. We got to get a focal point going here. Well, you know what? We don't need it right yet because we're going to get the jam on in here. So right now I got all these colors marinating in this brush. Do you see that? I got the blues, the purple, I've got the gray, and we're going to marinate all that onto the album, because when we put in our lines, we're going to go with a bigger brush for our one line stroke, okay? So if you read the title of the video, it says one line stroke. So what I'm doing now is feathering it in and marinating all those colors into the album. Okay, so however those colors land on the album is how they're going to be on them. So you just want to feather that in. You want to feather and marinate all those colors of your brush in there. But make sure that your album is roughed up really good, that it can preserve your art. So one side is the shiny side made for dancing, and the other side you already should have roughed up, that is made for art, okay? So I'm going to feather this in. This looks so beautiful. Look at this. So I'm going to actually show you. Look at still all the colors marinating into that. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you all the colors. Do you see all those colors? You can probably see all those colors. Now, we're going to take and do the one stroke, and we're going to work this piece of art. We've still got blue. I'm going to sit this down. We even have that beautiful, I know what I'm going to take. We've got this really vibrant, cardamom red, deep red. Look at this. Wow. Wow. This is the one stroke touch. We done 2 pieces of art. Amazing. Look at what we're about to break down with what? Some strokes. Now I'm going to go in with a bigger brush. Hi. Yours. Hi everyone. I'm going to go in because remember, I just went in and did that purpley one with this. And it has a slight angle on it, right? Okay, so now it's time that we hit it with this is a flathead flatty. So I don't know what we're going to gather up out of this because we got the purple and everything on here. So let's do one liner. We can't stray away from that line, remember. So you can do anything with your line. You can start your line out flailing it, but you got to stay in one line. You cannot break from that. Even to pick up paint, you got to drop it off where you left off. So now if I'm going to go in with paint, here's my focal point. I got to get back to that point. Because remember, it's just one line art. And I'm just going to flail my brush around. And I want to see what's going to happen here. And I'm going to jiggernaut this because I want to see what this bigger head does to just one line. Wow. My line stopped here. I'm picking it back up. And I'm going to just kind of groove it and touch it and make it, see what I mean? But it's actually one line. So my line stopped here. So I'm going to pick up. Did you hear that? So now I'm going to show you that I'm going to take this away. So far, here's what we got. And we're not nowhere near done yet. But I know where my line stopped. We're not done yet. We got to incorporate. This don't look like nothing. But it's going to look like something. Just hang in there, YouTube. Hang in there. So I'm going to pick it back up to where this was the line here. And I'm going to start rolling it. And as long as you stay in that line, it doesn't matter what you do. And I stopped it here. So now I got to pick up. And I got to figure out now what to do. Because do I switch gears and get another brush? Because, you know, this one here, I don't know. But it looks good down here. But what does it look like to all of you? I got to get a line going on here. So I can't veer from that line. So I'm going to do messy lines. And I'm going to come back up because I got to drop this brush off. I can't do nothing with that. So I'm going to come in with a brush like this. I had to drop that brush off. We weren't making sense. Because look, right now, we don't know what this is. You can't hardly see it. And it's kind of, I don't know, look at that. We got a face. We got something going on right here. See that? It's hard to see when you got fans and everything blowing. This is different because we really can't, you can't hardly see it from the camera angles. But look at that. Now, this is rough. We gotta come correct. Tina, you gotta come correct. I'm trying. So I'm gonna start with that line. I stopped it there. I stopped there. And right now, you're like, Tina, this is a mess. But it's really not. We're just getting started and trying to get our grip and our feel. And I stopped my line there. And now we're just kind of picking it up and going, dear Lord, Jesus, take the wheel at this point in time. Jesus, take our wheel. Because right now, with how the glare is, to you it's not looking good. But it actually is. It actually is. So now I'm going to show you. So I got to pick it up. And we're going to make something so insane. It is just going to be, because we got our line that we have to follow. And we got this. Take this, and we just had a line right here, right? So I'm just going to take this, and with the brush, we're just going to go up in. Now, we got so much action on here that I have no idea. I have honestly no idea what the heck is going on. So I'm going to take Facebook way down so they can see this, because this is really euphoric, but it's different. And we got patterns and turns and swerves. One line, just one line. But we got so much art going on that one line, right? This might be the weakest one, but you know what? It's one that's holding ground because we just did it with one line. Yes, thank you, Rambo. Thank you, Richard. It's one of those that may look like it's nothing, but I tell you what, in person, it has character. And look at it on an easel. Look at that. You created that. You see that? And I think with the lighting, YouTube, you're really not getting the full effect of how beautiful it is. It is really, really beautiful. We almost see a lady right up in here. No joke. Look at that. YouTube, I'll back this up. Look at that. It is actually beautiful. It's hard to tell from, you know, the camera lighting and stuff of how beautiful this is. So let me do the rundown. And just like I said, it is actually a beautiful piece of art. I know it's hard for everybody to see this because of the colors, but this is really beautiful. Now let me do the rundown of the art that we've done tonight. We've done this one, which is our last piece of the night, which has so much stank up in it. Look at that, Instagram. So much stank up in that. Look at that. Let me twirl it. Let me put a little marking on it, but then we'll twirl it, right? Okay, so let's twirl it. And as we twirl it, I mean, you just, I think there's a face in here. Believe it or not, there is actually a big face right here. And I don't know if you can actually see it, everyone, but there is actually a big face right here. It's consuming almost the whole board. And here's actually the eye. It's crazy. That is different. That is an unbelievable piece of art. I don't know. I think, you know, this one on camera may not look like much, but listen, it's a masterpiece. So then this was our first one. And let me tell you, we really, one line. We followed this line, one liner. One liner. This is all we did. One line, and we created this beautiful piece of art with absolutely one line. Let me stick it on the easel. Look at that. One liner. One line piece of art. We followed the line and we got it done. Look at that. And it's drying, everyone, right now, so it may not look fantastic, but it is in drying stage. But once it dries and I high shine it, you will see everything that I've done. It looks beautiful. Beautiful. It really does. Just like I said, it's half dried, so that's why it looks so dull. It's under the fan, but look at that. Really, really, really abstract, really beautiful. It really is. For one line, we didn't veer off that line at all. Only to pick up paint and drop the paint back down into its spot. Then we went to this one, and this one's beautiful. We used the remainder of the blue, the purple, which is the plum color, and the white, and I incorporated some black. And guess what? Thank you, Rambo. And look at this. This is beautiful. One line, everyone. We've done this with one line. How beautiful is that? This could go in your bathroom, your bedroom, your office. All of these arts look good on an easel. Look at this. Or on your art wall. If you're building your own art wall, then you can put it on your art wall. But look at that. You can sit that on your mantle. Looks beautiful. And you have your own piece of art from one line. So what I want all of you to do is, like, at some point in time, go to Dollar Tree. Let me pick you up, YouTube. At some point in time, go to Dollar Tree, right? And I'm going to show you actually all you need to get there. At Dollar Tree, there is a pack that will have these sizes in it, just like this. You get a pack that has these 3 sizes in it for $1.25. These are my tap tools. And we'll get back into tapping. Tomorrow we'll be tapping. But I don't know, we might be doing number sequences tomorrow. And we're going to start out with a number and put that number all over the board. And then we'll go through it with a brush and see if we come up with a face or something out of that art. But Dollar Tree has these tap tools. This is what you get for $1.25. All right, I just put this black on because remember I told you that I use my fingers. This is black wire tape that I wired around it so I can grip, and I know that it helps me to tap it out really good. But they'll come just like that. That's all you need to start. And then at Dollar Tree, they have these brushes like this that come in a pack. Let me find them so I'm 100% accurate. Okay, so they have brushes like this, 3 in a pack for $1.25. They have these little ones here that I use for a whole bunch in a pack for $1.25. So everything that you need, you can get these boards right here, 11 by 14s that are my favorite boards to work with. They're at Dollar Tree. I get all this stuff at Dollar Tree for $1.25. All of my paints came from Dollar Tree for $1.25. So everything that you see me using here actually came from Dollar Tree, other than these paints that my neighbor had given me. And other than these art brushes, which, remember I told all of you, like, the art brushes are a little bit more intense to use, but guess what? They're working out just fine. So if you have a craft store near you, guess what? You can get all of these brushes right here. No joke. Every single one of these were in a pack for, I think, $9.99 to $10 at Michael's craft store. Every single one of these brushes. And they're durable. So look at that. So Michael's craft store has all of these brushes in a pack. Every single one of these brushes. So there you go. They even have the tap tools. Michael's does. But I thought that was really reasonable since these are pretty durable. Really, really, really durable for that price. Now this is great with doing the lines, the twisties, right? Tapping, popping, awesome. But here is the best brush to use if you want to see faces, and I mean real faces. You ready? So these are awesome brushes. I recommend you get all of them if you can. But hands down, bust down, grid down. Can't make this stuff up. I got all of these at Dollar Tree. They're makeup brushes. I got this at Dollar Tree. This was in the paint thing, craft section. This was actually $5. This is Big Bertha makes faces. But guess what makes the best faces? Shave brushes from Dollar Tree. This is, guys use these in barber shops to put shave cream on. Phenomenal at tapping on the board and making faces. Guess what? My number one is right here. My makeup brush from Dollar Tree. These, I haven't seen these in Dollar Tree. They're so hard to get now. Number one brush, $1.25 for making faces, dipping in, doing the black hole, tapping out those faces when you're incorporating the colors. My all-time number one brushes are my makeup brushes, everyone, from Dollar Tree, $1.25. Now, I've gotten makeup brushes from Sally's Beauty Supply for my makeup, for my regular makeup, and these were rather pricey from Sally's Beauty Supply. And guess what? These were like $12 to $13, $14 for one of these. And my Dollar Tree makeup brushes are absolutely hands down number one, and me doing all my euphoric art, coming up with all those incredible faces on the boards. Hands down, Dollar Tree. Guys, I know you don't want to go into Dollar Tree and look for brushes, but they have all different kind. This came from Dollar Tree. You just grab some brushes in there. Who cares? You're doing it for art. You're not doing it for makeup. So who cares? Nobody's judging at Dollar Tree. These are the best art brushes to make faces, and they come right from Dollar Tree for $1.25. This is absolute optimum best. And just like I said, they have, I'll show you the exact ones that came from Dollar Tree, so that way you can see them. Let's see. Believe it or not, this came from Dollar Tree, and this is, guess what, everyone? This is a skin brush. This is a skin brush. I never use it to brush my skin, so guess what? I use it to do art. Phenomenal at making faces. Do you realize the faces on the boards that I made? You just take this, and I'll show you how to work this brush tomorrow, which I did before in a video like a couple weeks ago. If you see these at Dollar Tree, get some of these, and you cannot go wrong. because they glide on the board. Look at this. You just take that and you dip that in that paint, and you see how that glides, and you put that paint on there, faces all the way. I mean, the most phenomenal art with these. And this is a dry skin brush, whatever they call them. I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about the art, right? Hi, private investigator, sister friend. How are you? So, hands down, these are my number ones from Dollar Tree. You can't go wrong. You'll find this one at Dollar Tree. You will see, they're always in stock with these. Always, all the time. All the time. All the time they got these. And they, just like I said, they have all these all the time. They have these all the time. But now these brushes here that really make the faces, the makeup brushes, these are not in the art section. These are in the makeup aisle, okay? So you actually, guys, if you're getting these brushes, these are in the makeup aisle. You don't have to get these glitzy kind. They have just a plain black solid kind like this, or they have a kind that has, I was trying to find it, or they have other kinds, like, you know, solid ones like that. So guys, if you're going in there to get some art brushes, Kev goes in and gets his art brushes all the time at Dollar Tree. So Kev got some. He don't care. He walked in and get some. They have these two that are neutral. So guys, you know, you don't have to get, and if they don't, guys, if you're in and you're getting the makeup brushes and they don't have the black ones like that, the solid black ones, if you have any kind of black wire tape, you see how I wire up this right here to get a grip? Just go around it if you don't want that glitter, and that's all you do. Just cover it up with a little tape. If it bothers you that there's sparkles on it or whether, who cares? You're doing art. But if it bothers you, just wrap a little black tape around it, and there you go. But these brushes are absolutely amazing, and they do phenomenal art. So all of that, everyone, you should be masters now. One line art. I wonder if how many of you will try this. And if you go to Dollar Tree, make sure you're getting the proper paint also. Now, when you go to Dollar Tree, there is a paint section for art, but you gotta watch to see what kind of art you get. You gotta get the bottles that are long and skinny. I'll show you really quick because a lot of you have messed up and got the big round ones that are washable. Do not get them because you're defeating the purpose of your art. It's washable. So you don't want to get the round ones that, you know, because you're going to mess up. So let me show you exactly what to get because I've had so many people message me. I got the big round one. I'm like, no, take that back because it'll mess your art up. Because, you know, even if you high shine it, right, it's washable. No, you don't want that. So let me quick get that and show you that really quickly. Okay. And I'm going to show you something else. Dollar Tree has beyond a variety of colors, everyone. So you see all these colors. These are the bottles that you want at Dollar Tree. They're $1.25. And this is what I do all my incredible faces with. The paint holds up on the boards. The art, it's phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. $1.25. You can't go wrong for this acrylic. Do not get the round ones because you're thinking, wow, you're getting more paint with those round ones. No, look and see. It's washable. Do not get those. There's some that say Crayola on it. Don't get them. They're for little kids. They'll just wash off. You want to get the tall ones that actually say acrylic on here. And they have beautiful colors. And Dollar Tree used to have various variables of each color. They would have a light, a medium, a dark, right? And now they just don't have that anymore. It's craziness because they used to have like a lot of different of the same colors. So you just, the colors are insanely beautiful. Now, guess what? I must tell you the difference between Dollar Tree art paint versus, are you ready? This basic Liquitex. This Liquitex, I must say, is acrylic paint, one heck of a paint. Beyond phenomenal. It's thick, it holds on the board, but here's the thing, hell of a good paint. But when you're in a budget and you need to use paint and you're a beginner painter or you're just painting, if you want to get these colors and just to fluff up the Dollar Tree stuff, you do that. But if only if you can afford to buy this paint in all the colors, go ahead and do it, because this is really excellent paint if you can afford it. These are expensive for one, okay, because it's really durable acrylic. It's thick, it holds, it grips on the board. It grips so good that hell, I can barely get it off of my brushes. That's how good it is. That is the difference between the Dollar Tree and this. Listen, I tell you what, I love Dollar Tree paint, $1.25. That's where, this is what I do my art with. This, I will never talk down about this paint, because this is what you know, feeds me, this paint right here, not this. So this paint is a lucky bonus, and I didn't even buy it. My neighbors gave it to me, and they said, we have some paint to give you. And I was like, wow, that paint's pretty salty. I don't know how much, like $5 or $6, maybe even more for just one, where you're paying $1.25 for this. But the Dollar Tree paint, everyone, is just the same. Now, the best part about the Dollar Tree art is, you mess up on that board, you can, Kev does the rinse off, right, Kevy? Kevy does the rinse off. He sends me videos, him rinsing off. He does a mess up, he'll rinse that shit off in a minute. This, you mess up, you might as well just cover it back up with black or something. You ain't rinsing this off. Kevy does the rinse. But this paint from Dollar Tree, honestly, you can't go wrong. I mean, when you mess up, don't even worry about it. You can just keep moving right along. You can rinse it off. I've never rinsed a board, Kev does. But amazing paint from Dollar Tree, okay? It's hands down. Another thing that Dollar Tree's getting in, that, and nothing against this paint, if you can afford it, everyone, then you go ahead and get this, but make sure you have Dollar Tree colors, because you want to have, you can just squirt a little in this to fluff the Dollar Tree colors up. Another thing that Dollar Tree has now, I can't believe it, everybody. They actually have this now. Hold on. Dollar Tree finally got it. They have the easels in now. Let me tell you something. When I say Dollar Tree has these easels, these are nice easels. You can adjust these. Now, when you get them, they'll come in a pack and you have to put them together, which is very easy to put together. And they even have a gold swing here, but I didn't put that on. But you can adjust these bars. So once you get this in, you can lift this up to where your art sits up really high. Sometimes I put this bar up like this if I want my art to stand out in front of anyone that's walking past. Or you can put them down low. This is up actually pretty high. Look at the difference. Look at the difference, everyone, from this one. You can't adjust that to the Dollar Tree one that you can adjust that's sturdy. Dollar Tree, $1.25. Nice size easel. Dollar Tree's rolling it out, everybody. Dollar Tree is it's insanity. It's absolutely amazing. And the last thing that Dollar Tree has that I really like, because once you get your art and you're finessing your art and you're ready to sell it, right? One thing that Dollar Tree has now is it has these big, large pouches that you can stick your art in to ship them out. And it has bubble wrap inside so that once you can ship the easel if you want to, or just the piece of art alone. And look at that. I have shipped all my art out to everyone who's purchased my art, who I've given my art to. I've shipped them out in these Dollar Tree bags. No one's ever had a problem. The art never got ruined, damaged, stained, nothing. Dollar Tree is where it is at. You start out there and you're your own master of art. I showed you tonight and even today how to do art with actually one line, just doing one line art. We came up with phenomenal pieces tonight. Now, tomorrow we're going to step it up a little bit and we're going to use like a number or even A or B or whatever, and we're going to put them on. And then once we get them on, we're going to take a brush down through it, and we're going to, or even my fingers, and see what kind of art we get out of just making numbers or just one number. We're not going to go through the whole list of numbers. We're just going to pick one number, and we're just going to just do that on the board, and then we're just going to run our fingers through, or the brush. We'll use the brush. Okay, we'll take the brush through. And so I'm actually going to show you another technique if you don't have boards and you have board paper. Does anybody know what the acrylic paper looks like? I'm sorry I'm getting up so much, but I just want to get this because tomorrow we got a lot of stuff to do with art. So one moment. Okay, so this here is not at, Dollar Tree might have something like this, but this here, if you don't have boards, okay, you can go to any craft store and look up, this is 10 sheets of acrylic paper, which guess what? It's the same size as this board here. Okay, it should be basically almost the same size as this board. Yes, it's the same size as this board. So if you want to start out, you can get a pack of these and you can start working and doing your art like that. And you can get these for not a very little bit of money. And you can get these in the craft store. And look at this. The only thing, the downfall with these pieces of paper, they're really sturdy. They're real thick. See how thick that is? It's almost as thick as a board. But here's the down. They're so nice because you can just do this, but you can't rinse them off. With the boards, they're so durable that you can keep making mistake after mistake after mistake. Well, no art's a mistake, but you can keep making bloopers over and over, and you can just brush it out. Kev does the rinse off, and just keep, and just, you know, whatever you got to do. But this is paper, even though it's stock sturdy paper. um you know, probably get, I've never, you know what I mean, we'll work with this tomorrow. But the thing with this is, I have worked with this, and you have to frame this art, you know, to protect your art, because look how, see how flimsy it is. You have to frame this. So that's another downfall of this. You would have to frame it. So, you know, versus the boards where you don't have to frame those. Because everybody, you know, there's people that frame the boards. I'm like, why would you do that? Save money. Don't frame the, you don't need to frame the boards. They're already high shined and protected. So you don't need to frame them. But these here, you would have to frame them. But if you're a new artist just starting out, these would be great. Absolutely amazing for you to start out with this. If you're at the, if you don't find the boards at Dollar Tree and you're going to the craft store, I think even Walmart has these. So you can check at Walmart, and they'll say acrylic, and you just get those, and you can start there. And then each time we do our art, you just write. So there's so many different options. It's awesome. It really is. And art is the new opening door, right? Yeah, and Rambo says every Dollar Tree should sell the canvas boards. They even sell the boards that have the soft cloth. I think Kev got some of those. I necessarily don't like them. I love the hard boards, the 11 by 14s. I even have larger boards. I just love the 11 by 14s because guess what? When you build your art wall, everything is so awesome, right? Because you have your albums and you can mix your 11 by 14s, and your art wall is going to look phenomenal, okay? This is the apartment, and I will be soon moving. That's why I just put this big picture here. So, you know, Rambo said he can't find. Well, then you got to go around the different Dollar Trees, Rambo, because people dig around for the artboard. So if you don't find it at your Dollar Tree, you can even ask the manager. I always ask the managers if they can hold me back the artboards, or I just enjoy going to Dollar Trees all over. Lancaster always has artboards. You just go to different Dollar Trees, and you will see them in your craft section. They normally have it down below. So you just look for the big 11 by 14s, and that's what I get a whole bunch of them. Every time I see them, I get a whole bunch of them. And so everyone is an artist, and everyone can put their own spin on their art to sell it. And I'll tell you the truth, everyone. When I set up my stand, I'll be honest with you, I never see anyone selling art like I do, like I am. I'm the only artist there with art. So you'll have zero competition. Do you realize that? If you make art and you sell it, you won't have no competition. I have been setting up my stand, and I have not one person that sells their own art. People can't even believe it. They're like, that is a good idea. I never even thought of that. Get your albums, get your 45s. No one is anyone's competition, right? So your art's different than mine. My art's different from yours. No one is anyone's competition. A lot of artists think that they have to sell their art in art galleries or this or that or some swanky place. Oh yeah, the clear coat. You have to have the clear coat if you're working with, thank you, Kev. Kev reminded me something very important, everyone, which I don't even have a can. I ran out of clear coat. I go through clear coat like I go through water. You must have clear coat to cover up acrylic art, because acrylic art dries dull. Okay? And you'll paint something, you go, wow, that looks dull. What happened? A subscriber of mine last year told me, Tina, you got to get this high shine. This, you have to spray a clear coat down. I'm like, what? I went and got clear coat, and that was the best tip because, see, I'm just a new artist. But you have to get clear coat for art. You know, you can get that anywhere. You can get that at Dollar Tree. You can get that at the hardware store. You just get a can of clear coat for art, clear coat, you know, and then you just spray it, and that protects your art. So you can get that absolutely anywhere. Protector, yes, it makes it beautiful. And they sell it at Walmart. So there's Walmarts everywhere. And you can get the clear coat, just like Kev said, at Walmart. Sells it, anywhere sells it. So you have to do that. So just like this, you see how this is drying right now? See, this is drying. And you see how it's all dull when it's dried? See how dull that is? Or like an album right here, really quickly. Let me show you how dull this is. Look how dull this album is. It's really, really dull. Now, when I hit that with clear coat, that's going to bounce right back up. When you hit your dull piece of art, don't throw it out. Don't think you mess up. Get the clear coat and spray it over top, and your art comes right back to life exactly how you tapped it out. So this looks dull, but it won't look dull when I get the clear coat on it. Okay, so remember that. So those are your tips, your tricks. Now you're a seasoned artist, because with the one-liners, you cannot go wrong. You can do so many different things, and you stay with that one line. And if you have to dip in the paint, you know where that line is. You pick up from there, and you just... So tomorrow is going to be awesome, because I am taking you through different segments of art. Oh yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Thank you, Kev. Kev said something that's so important, and even I done this and got freaking sick as a dog. Everyone, when you're spraying your art with that clear coat, do not, for the love of God, do that inside the house, inside your apartment. Please don't do it around your kids. The fumes will knock you out. Don't do it around your kids. You got to do it in your basement. Take it outside and spray it. Okay, spray your art outside with the clear coat, because it is powerful and it will knock you out. I'm telling you, Kev done sprayed it in his kitchen. You got to take that stuff outside and spray it, because that is chemicals. So for now, thank you, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you. I'll see you when I see you. Tomorrow, let's just figure out something. Is it going to be should we use a letter, a number? Should we use a word? Write words out? Like a word, write a word out? Hell, no, we can't do that. That's too much with the paint. Let's just see. We'll figure out something so cool to do, and then turn it into a masterpiece. So tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to do. Don't know how we're going to do it. But that's the beauty of this channel, is that the art is, listen, the art never dies. It's the artist who never shows his work. You always remember that, everyone. It's never the art, because your art is your life. It's in you, and when you put it down, it never dies. So I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do some awesome things. We're going to take it to the next level. We're going to step up our art game. So now we went from A to B to C. Now we are masterpieces, and we're going all the way to Z, because now we know how to do it, right? Or tomorrow, since everybody is going to get their lovely tap tools, and this is what I started out with, tapping the art. I never started out doing lines. I started out tapping my art. This is a skill, everyone. Maybe tomorrow we can do our tap. So get your tap tools ready. Do not get them square ones, everybody. Please, I don't like them. I hate them ones. They have them at Dollar Tree. Please forgive me for saying I hate them. But I don't like them. I never got the hang of them. Please forgive me for saying I don't like them, but I don't like using them. But it's a square. Let me see if I have any. Hold on a second. I'll show everybody. If I don't, that means I literally threw them out, because I can't stand them. Now, see, I threw them out. I don't like them. I busted mine up. I couldn't stand them. but it's a square piece of foam on a, like a piece of board. You can't do nothing with that. I don't know, my intuition don't like using them. Don't get them ones that are square, okay, because you ain't going to get too far with them. But with these, you get some real faces. This is what I started out tapping with. This is what I tap with. And so the reason why you don't see me doing this too much is because tapping is completely different. And with you being a beginner artist, or never, learning how to do art, I'm giving you the basics so then we can get into this, right? So you can be the real tapper like I am. So we'll see you tomorrow, and you don't want to miss a thing. Thank you, and let's spread peace, love, and compassion. Have a blessed night, and I will see you then, YouTube. I love you. Have a blessed night.